Hello, and welcome to the live demonstration for Object-Oriented Design and Programming Assignment. I'm Ryan Lim Cheng Yi, and will be conducting today's demo. Working alongside me, we have Lin Wei Rong, Lin Xiaowei, and Kwek Zhenghua. And we are excited to share with you the university management system that we have developed. So let's jump straight into the demo.
For the purpose of this demonstration, I'll first show you how our program satisfies the core requirements of student and admin, before going through how our program actually prevents some of the errors from happening. Okay, let's get started by logging into the account. Okay, so the first set of demonstration that I'll do is for admin. In this case, I've already preset the login credentials for the admin. As you can see in the login text file for admin, it's already here. Of course, the password is encrypted. So I'll type in the username is admin and the password. Realize that the password cannot be seen in the command prompt. We made it specially so that because it's a password field. So you press enter. When you log in successfully, the menu for admin will appear. Right. So firstly, we are keen on editing the student access period. So I'll press 1, and right here the system asks for the number of the student that you would like to add an access time for. So in this case, the user will have to choose which student that you would add an access time for. In this case, I'll choose student 9. And I'll enter the access date as required. So first is the date, followed by a dash, and a month, a year. And once a valid date is entered, the system will prompt that the input is valid. And next up for the admin account, I'll be showing you how you can add more student accounts to the database. So in this case, if I want to add more account, I'll enter 2 just to add more student account. So the first thing that the system will return is the list of the students that already exist in the database. And at the end of this list, this way you can input the information of the student that you would like to add. So in this case, I want to add, you'll first add the username of the student, the password. As you can see, the field of the password is blanked out as well, so that no one can see what is the actual password. Alright, so once that is done, you can see that the system notifies the user that the add has been successful. And then you return back in the student database. You can see that the student has been successfully added into the database. And next on the list is the manage courses. So I input 3 to manage course. And upon entering 3, you can see that I'm provided with 2 options, either to add a course or update a course. I'll first show you how I can add a course. So I click on 1. I will start adding the course into the database. So firstly, I'll type in the course code that I would like to add, then the school of the course, and next number, and the lesson type. You can choose from lecture, tutorial, or lab. So in this case, I'll choose a lecture, and enter the grouping number, and the date of the lesson for this lecture. I'll pick on Thursday. Okay, so once everything's been keyed in, this course will be added automatically into the course index text file. As you can see earlier, I added CZ2005 from ICSE, index number of 13812, lecture on Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 online, with a vacancy of 10 and a size of 10, 3 AUs. Now I'll be showing you the second part of managing courses. So I'll enter 2, return me a list of the courses already in the database, and then you'll ask me to enter the course number that I would like to update. I would like to edit course 18, so I type in 18. And then I'll enter the new course code that I would like to update to. So previously for course 18, the course code was CZ2005. I would like it to remain as that, so then CZ2005. And then I will enter the new school that I would like to update to. It will still remain. It's still a computer science course, but in this case, I would like to update the index number. So it's no longer 13812, but rather 14530, for example. And then I would like to update the course vacancy as well to make way for more students. So I'll enter 20. Course size 20 as well. And once that is done, you can see that the information has been updated. The course code remains, but the index number changes and the vacancy and size changes as well. For number 4, it is a rather straightforward function. I would like to check the vacancy for a course. So enter 4, and the system will ask me for the course code that I would like to check vacancy for. So I would like to check the vacancy for CZ2002 course. The system returns to me a vacancy of 2, so let's double check with the database. As you can see, for CZ2002, there are 2 index numbers. One is 10126 and 10127. And the vacancy is represented by this index. So it's 2 for 10126 and 0 for 10127. So in total, there are 2 vacancies, and that's correct. Moving on to number 5, we want to print the student list by the index number. So what this means is that when we choose the index number, we want the system to print out a list of students who are registered for the index number. So I'll enter 5, and I'll enter the course ID that I would like to check the student list. So I'd like to check for CZ2002, and for the particular index, let's go see the database. For the index, I want to check for 10126. As you can see, the system has written to me the student IDs of those students who are registered for the course with index number 10126. Number 6 works in a quite similar fashion. So let me show you how that is done. So instead of printing the student list by index number, I would want to find the students that are registered in a course. So let's say CZ2002 consists of a few indices, 10126 and 10127. So the system should correctly output these few names for me. So let's check it out over here. I'll enter 6. And I would like to check for CZ2002. So now there are 4 students that are taking CZ2002. So as you can see, for CZ2002, we have WR093, student, B time 059, and D fan 078. Next up, I'll be showing you how our program will run on the student side. So what I want to do is to log into a student's account and show you the functions. So I'll enter the username, link059, and then the password, which is created earlier. Oops, but you can see that it just to mean that today is not my access day. If you look back at the database, you can see that the access date for blame059 is on 22nd of November. But the current time on my system is 23rd November. Then that is why the student is not able to log in. So in this case, to grant access to blame059, the admin will have to enable the access time for blame059. So I'll log into the admin account. Okay, so once I'm in the admin account, similarly I'll add the access period for blame059, which is student 11, 20. As you can see, it returns to me that the user timing has been updated successfully. So let's go back and check that the date has been successfully changed. And yes, for blame059, the date has been successfully changed to 23rd of November. Now that the access time has been set for the student, I'll log into the student account. So I'll type the username and the password. And yes, since the access time is coincide with today's date, I'm able to log into the student account. So let's explore the functions here. Firstly, we have the first one is to print the course index schedule. So let me enter one. Now they'll ask me what is the course ID that I would like to view the schedule. So I'm interested to view the schedule for CZ2002. So with that, the system will print out the list of schedule that is for CZ2002. Next, I'll be showing you how I can register for a course as a student. And I would like to add a new course. So I'll enter number 2 to add a new course. And the course that I would like to register for is CZ2002. And maybe an index of 10127. So 10127. But before I click on enter, let me just point your attention to the vacancy of this index over here. The index currently is 6. So after I press enter, this index by right should be decremented by 1. So let's go ahead and click on enter. Alright, as you can see, the vacancy has been updated, which means it's been decremented by 1. So it's now 5. And the system tells me that I have been registered for the course. So let's double check here. And as you can see, the vacancy has been decremented by 1. And for registered courses, student 3, I have been added to the CZ2002 with index of 10127. And let me show you another feature that we have by adding another course as well. So I'll go ahead and click and enter 2. This feature that I would like to show is called the max AUs that a student can have. So in the database, we can see that for the course that I've already registered, the number of AU is 10. Do note that this for demonstration purposes, so we have placed the AU for this course as 10. And the maximum AU that we have registered for the system is actually 21. So if a student tries to register for another course that will exceed the total AUs of 21, the system will stop the student right there. So let me go ahead and find a course with a high number of AU. So let me go ahead and find another course with a high number of AU. Okay, so let me choose this course over here, which has an AU of 12. So in total, when I register for this course again, the total AU will be 22, which will exceed 21. So let's go ahead and register for a new course, CZ2004, with an index of 13810. 13810. Okay, so let me close this file here. I'll click on enter. And you can see that the system tells me that, sorry, this course registering for this course will go over the 21 AU limit. Now let me demonstrate to you how I can remove my registration for this course. So I close this file again, registered courses. And previously, the course ID that I registered was CZ2002. And the index number was 10126. So it's 10126. And there you go. The course has been dropped. As you can see, my name has been removed from the database. So after I've registered for some courses, I'm interested to find out what are the courses that I registered for and which courses are in the waiting list. So that is what function for will do for me. So I've entered 4. It'll show me that my registered courses. So let's double confirm. For the courses that I registered for blame059, CZ2002, which is this, CZ2005, 10142, and CZ2007, 10322. And for the waiting list, I'm in the waiting list for CZ2004, 10141 index. So you can see the courses in the waiting list are CZ2004 with index of 10141. So next, I'm interested to print out the course index vacancy to find out which other courses that I can register in. So I will enter 5. And I would like to view the course vacancy for CZ2004. As you can see, for the index 10141, we have a vacancy of 0, and for the index 13810, we have a vacancy of 10. This is similar to the one here, 10141, vacancy of 0, and 13810, vacancy of 10. Okay, so now that I've registered for my courses, but I realized that I do not like some of my indexes, and I wish to change some of those indexes. So there's an option in the software for me to be able to change my course index to the one that I prefer. So to do that, I will have to enter choice number 6. So let's see what courses I've registered for. As you can see, for my account, I've registered for CZ2005 with an index 10142. So I don't really like this index, so I will have to change to another index. So in the system, I will type for the course code CZ2005, and I will and the index that I would like to change is 10142, which is my original index. And the system will ask me to enter the new index number to enroll in. So in that case, I will register for the other index available for CZ2005. So the other index that I have is 10286. So I will enter 10286. Okay, so before I press enter, I'll show you the original database. I was registered for 10142. So by right after running this statement, this index should change to, let's see. So let's double check with the database. And as you can see, my index number has been updated to 10286. So the next feature that I would like to demonstrate is the course swapping function. So for this function, a student will be able to swap his course index for another student's course index. So let me show you how it's done over here. Currently, I'm in student tree account, so I'll enter swap index. And as you can see in the registered courses, for student tree, currently I am registered for this course over here, CZ2002 with index of 10127. So let's go ahead and do the swap. So the course index I'd like to swap is CZ2002. And the course index to swap for mine is 10127. And then I'll enter the ID of the student that I would like to swap with, so I'll enter student. So in the real life scenario, the student will be beside student 3 and he will have to enter the password manually by himself. So the second student will type in his password and then enter the course index that he would like to swap. So it's 10126 for the other student. So take note, currently my index is 10127. After running this, it will become 10126. So let's go ahead and run. Yes, so you can see that the swap has been done successfully and the password has been validated. So let's go back and check the database. So for student 3, which is my account right now, my index has changed to 10126 and that of student has changed to 10127. Alright, so now that I've shown you the main features and how each of the functions generally work, I will now show you how the functions will act in special cases. So like for example, previously I showed you normally for normal cases how to add and drop course. But sometimes there'll be special cases where as a student when I drop a course and the course have 0 vacancy. So when I drop a course, there'll be 1 more vacancy slot available. And that's when the next person in the waiting list will be added to the course immediately and an email will be sent to him. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'll be acting as student 3. As student 3, I've previously registered for this course, CZ2002 for index 10126. And right now, I decided to drop this course. And as you can see, for this course, the vacancy is 0, which means that there is someone in the waiting list for this course. And yes, correspondingly, this student, Blim059, is waiting for the course CZ2005 with the index of 10126. So when I drop the course, Blim059 will be added to the registered courses, and he'll be sent an email to notify him of his new registration. So let's get started with the demonstration. So I will log in as student 3 and enter 3 to drop the course. So the course that I would like to drop is CZ2002 10126. So CZ2002 10126. And yes, and as you can see, the index has successfully been dropped. And an email has been sent to Blim059. So let's check my email to confirm that the email has been sent. Oh, there you, as you can see that the email has been sent successfully. The time now is 8:27 and the email is sent at 8:27. You have successfully registered for the course. And now let's confirm the change in the database as well. So for registered courses, as you can see, Blim059 has been registered for the course CZ2002 and student 3 has been removed from the records as well. And for the waiting list, Blim059 has been removed from the waiting list. And so, this marks the end of our demonstration. And to quit the program, as usual, enter 8, and the session has ended. Thank you so much for your kind attention.